it up in like a circle so your hand can get in there. Mine is like that. But Mike, is this whole noose thing just a NASCAR hoax to get some publicity, to get, hey, we are behind the Black Lives Matter? Because, let's face it, NASCAR is it's predominantly white sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you think about, no offense to anybody out there, but like when you think about NASCAR, you think about redneck hillbillies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, look, another left turn.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it could be, to give them some good PR. But I don't know. It could be the driver trying to pull a stunt too. You never know. It
wasn't the driver. It was one of them. It was one of the members of his pit crew that found the so-called noose. So we have not seen a picture of it. The FBI did their investigation. So it was there since at least last October. So come on, NASCAR, you got to get the what the of the night.
So, my next what the hell of the night, Tom Brady is out practicing with his teammates against the NFLPA's warning. Nobody else is doing this, not at least that we know of. I'm sure they are, but Tom Brady is making it, public. So why does Tom Brady get special treatment? Because he's Tom Brady? What the fucking do? What the hell, Tom Brady? You should follow the rules. But then again, we all know you're known for cheating. Ah!
And the next what the of the night is why does everybody want Colin Kaepernick on their team? They didn't want them last year. He didn't want them the year before that. Hell, they didn't want him in 2017. So why all of a sudden does everybody want Colin Kaepernick? Has been rumored that the Detroit Lions want him. The Philadelphia Eagles are wanting him. The LA Chargers want to bring him for a workout. Guys, there is somebody better than Colin Kaepernick out there on the market. And like I said, his name is Cam Newton. You want somebody that is Colin Kaepernick but better? Cam freaking Newton. Come on. NFL.
Yeah.
NFL, come on. And not the NFL, the NFL white owners. How about that? And my next what the of the night is Major League Baseball and the Players Association. So over the last couple months, we have been talking about baseball coming back July 4th. Well, July 4th is next week, and they still haven't, quote, come to an agreement. Well, they voted on it today, and they finally agreed on things that they come in terms last March. So baseball, Major League Baseball Players Association, MLBPA, you guys are getting the what the of the whole entire night because you are agreeing to something that was proposed to you last March, 3 months ago. We could have been playing baseball in April, in May, in June. We could have had 3 months of baseball, no other sport out there, and you guys are still dragging your feet about a couple $1 million at the end of the day. The ultimate what the has got to go to the Major League Baseball Players Association. Why are you guys agreeing on something that you disagreed on back in March? Answer that question. Truly, answer that question. All right, guys, so that's going to be what does of the night here. We're going to take a quick little break, and once we come back, Dak Prescott signs the franchise tag of $31.5 million, and a very interesting blog came across my desk on the RTF Sports Network.com page. Texas Longhorns National Championship? We'll think about that. We'll talk about that right after the break, guys.
For a gander and tell her thank you for putting a name to this twisted brain. You always remain true. Now that your pain's through, my dreams came true. And yes, I blame who? Her middle name Sue. And it's all stopped. Now I look at life another way.
Mike, I have never had so many technical difficulties in one night. First of all, the first part of the show, they couldn't hear you, and then my music won't play, and then should we just scrap the whole week and just start over? Like let's be honest. My night is going like the 2020 has gone all freaking year. Like it has just been absolutely asinine, absolutely ridiculous. But guys, I am Michael Buckheischer. This is Just for Clicks. Check out rtfsportsnetwork.com. Noon edition East Coast time is when we're on Monday through Friday. We're also on the RTF Sports Network page over there on Facebook, and also Just for Clicks YouTube channel and Facebook page as well. If you guys are interested in enjoying the conversations over there on the side. I see we have a couple viewers in there, but I see chat on my phone, but chats are not coming up across. So I mean, it could be even more technical difficulties. I don't really know. Like at this point, we're just going to go with it, Mike. And speaking of going with it, Dak Prescott has finally, quote, gone with it with the Dallas Cowboys, signing the franchise tag worth $31.5 million. You are a Cowboys fan. You live in Texas, and you are a habitual Dak Prescott hater. What are your thoughts on this?
I do not like Dak Prescott. Hey, look, the only reason why he signed this franchise tender or this tag, whatever you want to call it, look, I'm sure his agent and the people on his team are in his ear like, hey, bro, there might not be a football season this year. So if you are not under contract, you are not going to get paid. So at minimum, you need to go ahead and go sign that franchise tag so you're guaranteed that $35 million. Because if not, homie, you're going to be sitting at home broke as a joke.
Right. I mean, like you called me this afternoon, and when you said that the NFL may not have a football season, the first thing that came across my mind, I'm not even going to lie to you, I was pissed. I'm like, don't you wish that evil on us, Ricky Bobby? If we do not have an NFL season, I might come down to Kyle, Texas, and slit your throat. I'm not even kidding. So there better be a freaking NFL season.
I'm hoping there's going to be a football season, obviously, right?
Yeah, right.
The way it's looking, man, I don't even know. I don't even know if we're going to have a college football season either, which is like kind of hurtful because, like we were talking about earlier with the Longhorns going national championship. They definitely have a path, but with the Cowboys, I don't know. It almost makes me wonder if they're waiting to get a deal done to see if there is going to be a football season. They've gotten until July 15th, so I think by the middle of July we'll know more. I mean, as it stands right now, nobody's said anything other than we are having a football season.
Right.
And I think we still will, even if it is delayed. Because it's the NFL. Let's be honest, the NFL dominates the world of sports.
Yeah, so just to add to your point there, I truly think if we do not have a NFL season, we will go into a recession. Like, I'm not even kidding, because that is how much revenue that the NFL makes. Not for the NFL players, not for the NFL themselves, not for the TV deals. Think about all the stadium workers that are there. There's probably thousands of stadium workers there every day, or each week. So you're looking at 16 games times 16 weeks. You're looking at a lot of money just being made by those concession stand workers, by the police officers. So a lot of people are going to be hurting if the NFL season doesn't happen. And I really don't want to go down that road by any means, but I really feel like if the NFL does not have a season, our world might be over as we know it. We could be back in the 1920s again.
We're already in a recession as it is now.
Right.
But yeah, it'll definitely hurt. I think about everything that's going on. Think about this. There's been no sports at all.
Right. And the sports that are supposed to come back, COVID cases have gone up. So there was supposed to be a female soccer tournament in Utah or Nevada next week. And 5 of the 8 teams have pulled out because COVID cases have gone up in Vegas or wherever they're at, and astronomically in the last few days. The basketball players are saying, hey, I don't want to play. Major League baseball has shut down training camp because of the COVID cases. What Clemson? They had 27 cases in like one day there. The Clemson football team. So, I mean, maybe.
I mean, they haven't closed down training camps or anything. I know college football has opened up like spring training, or not spring training, whatever you want to call it.
Spring workouts.
Yeah. So I know Texas is still having workouts right now. So
Texas also has an increase of 50% of COVID cases, right, in the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So, I mean,
But
like,
I was reading the increase of COVID cases are from the ages of 21 to 28.
which is because of the protest.
Yeah, you're out there protesting being them hooligans.
But so let's go ahead and transfer it back over to Dak Prescott here. What does this mean for the Cowboys? Let me tell you. The one positive thing that this is just a 1-year franchise tag. So when Dak sucks it up by week 5, they're only out $31 million, and they can cut ties with Dak halfway through the season, trade him or do whatever they want. There is not a long-term marriage here. They're still kind of under the honeymoon phase, which is positive for Callis. Now for Dak Prescott, he has to ball out this year, right? I mean, if he wants to.
I think that's why they wanted him to sign the franchise. Like you didn't show us anything last year, but you couldn't beat teams above 500.
Yeah.
Right? So, and you want this money, you're gonna have to go out there. Like, I'm not saying Dak Prescott has to go out there and win a Super Bowl next season to get the deal he wants. I don't think so. I do think he has to make a deep playoff run. And I'm not talking about you win as a wild card and then you're out the next round. I'm talking about like you've got to go to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, you had the talent on your team to make a Super Bowl run. Let's be flat out honest.
The Cowboys are geared, and especially if they get Jamal Adams, that talk is starting to heat up even more now.
Right,
we get a safety like him. I mean, we've got Xavier Rhodes and we got Clinton Dix at safety, which I think Clinton Dix is a decent safety, but Jamal Adams just like really beefs up that secondary. Where
speaking of did you see that video of him riding a scooter behind a car and there's like 2 bears standing there?
No, I didn't.
Go to Instagram on SportsCenter Instagram. He is riding like one of the little power scooters and there's 2 bears just sitting there and he like freaks the F out. But yeah,
but they are geared and they are geared up as a team to make a playoff, or not a playoff run, a Super Bowl run. There's so much talent on that team. With the addition of CeeDee Lamb, Leighton Vander Esch had the surgery. He's feeling 100%. He's actually feeling better than when he came into the league.
Right.
So,
still have Sean Lee there. I mean, he's a solid piece, solid leader.
Gerald McCoy, Alden Smith,
right.
Tank, you've got a front 7 that is nasty on that defense. The offense needs to kick it along. And I think the only thing really missing for that offense is a quarterback. So, I really do.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say here that any other quarterback that starting in the NFL right now, all 31 other teams, they could come to Dallas and they could probably win a Super Bowl. Name one that can't.
Sam Darnold.
No, I think he can. I think he would fit perfect in the Cowboy system, just much like Andy Dalton. He has a big, strong arm. He's 6'5", 6'6", nice and thick, strong arm. Push the ball down the field. He can turn around and hand the ball to Zeke. He did that real well with Le'Veon Bell.
Gunnar Minshew.
True. I guess there's one. Well, okay, there are probably 3 quarterbacks that can't go to Dallas that can start. Gardner Minshew's one. Ryan Fitzpatrick, much like me.
Dak Prescott, though.
Yeah, but he is.
Let's see who else comes to Dallas and is a starter.
True.
So
there's probably a handful of quarterbacks that could not come to Dallas and win Super Bowl, but that means there's 25 other quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah,
that can come to Dallas right now and win a Super Bowl easily.
There's more quarterbacks that could come to Dallas and win a Super Bowl this season than not. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers come to Dallas next season.
So,
but next.
So Dak has signed the franchise tag, or it says at least $31.4 million. So it could be more. It could be up to $35 million. I like a guess from what I'm reading here, but I don't understand how that fluctuates. Maybe if like a quarterback signs a big deal, that increases it. I guess maybe somehow. Like I don't know how that works out. But as a Cowboys fan, what do the Cowboys have to do to want you to want Dak Prescott after this season?
He's got to go to the NFC Championship.
Does he have to win it?
Nope, doesn't have to win it. Just has to get us there
and be competitive in the game, or
competitive
just
in the game. If we go to the NFC Championship and get our ass whooped, then it kind of makes you like, damn it. If what if we had a better quarterback? You know what I mean?
What if they went 13-3 in the regular season and lost in the first round?
Yeah, no. I want another quarterback because that team is too talented. It really is.
Right.
I mean, think about it, man. That's like that team right now on the offensive side of the ball with Zeke, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. I don't know about the tight end position. I think it'll come along with Jarwin. We'll see. But every other position, that quarterback has weapons, and he has a run game to go along with it. It's every quarterback's dream right there.
And a pretty solid defense. I mean, they're probably top 10,
yeah, I mean,
I'd say.
We've got a solid offensive line, too. Now, granted, yes, we've lost Travis Frederick, but we still have a top 5 line in the NFL.
Right.
There is no excuse, none. There's no excuse that the Cowboys can't go to the NFC Championship. There's no excuse because that defense is going to be there this year.
Yeah, so I have been wanting to talk about, a potential, a 2020 not very good player. You can call him a bust or you can call him this, but not a very good player that is expected to do a lot from the 2020 draft. And you brought the name CeeDee Lamb. People are expecting him to do great things in Cowboy land. He was 17th overall pick. Very, very high pick, pretty much expected to be a top receiver in the league. But people, this year he is not going to have a year that you guys expect him to have. I'm telling you that 100%. Amari Cooper is the number one receiver.
Yeah, Amari Cooper and Gallup are going to have a way better season.
They're the 1-2, and then their third is CeeDee Lamb. So guys,
this season is going to be a nice slot receiver. He replaced what the hell is his name? He went to Houston.
Randall Cobb.
Yeah, all he did was replace Randall Cobb.
Right. So, so when people start saying, 2020, these players did not live up to their expectations, keep your expectations low for CeeDee Lamb, on fantasy team, by your eye test and just by the stat book, because he's going to be the third receiver on that team, on a very, very talented team. Now, I could see CeeDee Lamb about week 10, week 11, week 12, if Amari Cooper's having a breakout season, he's going to start getting some more balls because, double team safety shifts over to the top. Then CeeDee Lamb starts to get open a little bit more. But, guys, don't sleep on CeeDee Lamb. He will have a bad couple years.
Great career, but, he's coming into the league. And like a lot of players that are just coming into the league, they're not going to have that. They're not going to be afforded that opportunity that past players have had when they get to come in. They're there through the off season. They're there for the voluntary workouts. Right. They're there for the mandatory. They're there for OTAs and everything like that. Like, he's not going to have that. So to get acclimated to the system, and it's a new system to begin with Mike McCarthy, right? So it's going to be difficult for him to acclimate himself to the speed of the game.
So I'm glad I brought you. I'm glad you brought that up with the new head coach, new schemes and zero off season. Doesn't Dak Prescott kind of give like a courtesy year, because no off season, brand new offense, franchise tag?
No, because he's with the same group of people. His timing with Amari Cooper doesn't change. His timing,
but the routes have changed though.
Do they really?
Well, no, like a 10-yard slant, still a 10-yard slant.
Fly route is fly route. It is an end. There's no, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're just called something different. So, no, I don't give Dak Prescott a pass. Is he going to have to learn a new system? Of course he is. Then that's why you should have been in the damn virtual training camp instead of being a little punk and holding out, because now you're already behind the 8 ball. And guess who was in all those virtual training camps?
And was that Andy Dalton? Was he there?
Yeah, he was there throughout the whole offensive virtual training. Andy Dalton was there. So
you know who else has to learn a brand new offense? Andy Dalton is one of them.
Yep.
Oh, Ezekiel Elliott has to learn a new offense. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
everybody on the offense has to. So he definitely doesn't get a courtesy year at all this year. So Dak Prescott is in a must-win now situation. As a passive Cowboy fan, much like you are a passive Packer fan, I would be satisfied with a season of 13.
The snow is melting and it's starting to warm.
Is this for the new commercial?
This is the new commercial. We're recording. Why is it you always cut me off?
Guys, calm down. Let's just start it over.
It's too late. We have to start our show, which is Twist, the weekend sports talk, where you can hear banter like this with sports and interviews. Hear us on the RTF Sports Network, Mondays at 8 Eastern. Also, like our page on RTF Sports Network and check us out at rtfsportsnetwork.com.
Coming up next here on the 6 p.m. hour is Those Weekend Golf Guys with your host, John Ashton. Is your golf game just a little bit off? Do you need to fine-tune your golf game? Listen to these guys right here. For the next hour, John Ashton will tell you how to improve your golf game overnight.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Also accepting boats, motorcycles, RVs, and real estate donations.
You know a lot about golf.
Well, we're waiting.
It is time for us. It is us, those weekend golf guys. I am John Ashton in studio. He is Jeff Smith in a mobile studio en route between Edinburgh and Noblesville, between Timbergate Golf Club and the Sagamore Golf Club, where he is director of instruction at both.
I had, I got to get up a little early this morning, give a lesson at Timbergate, hop in the car. I'm headed up to the Sagamore, and I've got a day full, and it's going to be fun.
It is.
It's going to be fun.
You mentioned a student who improved their swing speed by about 12, 15 miles an hour in one lesson.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm going to ask you to expound on that a little later on, because there are so many of us, and Trevor producer Mark, who ever since he heard you say that said, ask him about that, okay? Ask him how to do that, because Mark is like Dead-Eye Dick out there on the course, but he could use some more distance.
He could.
He could use some more distance.
We've played together, and I know that he is he's well suited to the shorter golf courses.
Yeah. Before we get too far into this today, I would like to just get something off my chest, something that really ticks me off because it works the way it's supposed to work and it makes me feel bad. Okay?
Is this a soapbox day? Are you going on a rant?
I'm going on a rant. I was perusing my Facebook feed, and because I've got so much golf, I get inundated with other golf stuff. And I saw this just the still picture of a video. And in there was a guy who was obviously dressed as a golf pro. He had the consummate golf pro pants and the golf pro shirt and the golf pro hat. And, the bag next to him with his name on it to give him credibility. Standing next to him was a young woman in a very, very short white skirt and a top that looked like it had been painted on her. And the artist had painted a very low scoop neck. And it's like, I don't know this golf pro from Adam. I don't know what he's trying to teach me, but he made me stop and read the damn post because of that picture. I hate being taken advantage of like that. I know. Suck me right in. Suck me right in. We've got some great golf tips and some lessons you can learn. We're going to do it without half-naked women to attract you. Hang with us. We'll be right back.
Stunning.
You don't have to hit a shot to fall in love with the Pete Dye and Donald Ross courses at French Lick Resort. Our hotel and golf packages are the way to go. Add the casino and spas, and it's a road trip for the memory book. Safely get back to the game you love with one of the packages found online at FrenchLick.com. Legendary golf at French Lick Resort. A breath of fresh air.
Must be 21 to enter casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
The PGA Tour is back. We have a full weekend of golf ahead of us. And even though the trophy is reserved for the winner, there are some big cash prizes that don't go just to players. They can go to you. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy game of the PGA Tour, has added to the excitement by putting you in the center of the action with a free shot at a $1 million top prize with your first deposit. It's easy to play. All you do is pick 6 golfers, stay under the salary cap, submit your lineup before the tournament tees off on Thursday, then you sit back and follow the action. You're going to get points for pars, for birdies, for finishing position, and a whole lot more. And remember, $1 million up for grabs at DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app right now. Use the promo code WEEKEND to get a free shot at the $1 million top prize with your first deposit. Promo code is WEEKEND. Free shot at $1 million with your first deposit. Only at DraftKings. Minimum $5 deposit required. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
ADHD. It's the child who can't pay attention or sit still in school, right? The answer may be yes. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, can be complicated, and it can last a lifetime. Up to 75% of children and adolescents with ADHD have at least one additional mental disorder that requires a comprehensive approach to treatment. Learn more at moretoadhd.com. This message brought to you in partnership with ADA, ACO, and CHAD.
And thanks for hanging out. And some people have already heard complaints. What? No half-naked women?
It comes in so quickly on this show.
It was a 3-minute break there. You're fine. You go to the right places. You get the feedback. There are people who listen and respond immediately. You can do it too if you just want to go to Facebook.com/golfguys and you can talk to us while we're doing this.
That means our listeners are paying attention.
Well, at least one is.
I like that. Well, I got a couple of them that are, right? Yeah. I got a few of them that I'm working with. It's great. There's a guy from Georgetown, Kentucky. He is he's in the motorsports business, and it's interesting. We've even done a little live session over the PC using Zoom, and he's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of club head speed, but I'm just working on trying to keep that club face square because he's blasting it all over.
Yeah, that's a drawback to having a lot of club head speed. So since you brought it up.
Wait a minute. How would you know?
I've seen people.
Okay.
I've played with people. I played a couple of weeks ago. I played with a father and a son. And the son had just gotten out of college. He was, 23, 24, he was about 6'2". And man, that guy had club head speed to spare. But we were all taking bets on where the ball was going to go before he hit it because nobody had a clue where it was going to go. It could go high left. It could go low right. It was all over the place. Had a lot of yardage, a lot of distance, no matter where it went. But sometimes he put himself in positions that were a little bit difficult to recuperate from. So that's it. You need to probably get your club face square routine down pat and then work on improving your club head speed.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
it depends on how much you've paid for the golf balls.
Well, that's true.
All right.
Another one of our listeners, his name's John, and he's come to find me at the Sagamore.
Okay.
And he's listened to our show, and he's fun. I've had a few lessons with him now.
Cool.
John's pretty pleased with his ball striking. He's learning some stuff about the putting. I've even helping him a little bit on my online platform, on my iconic platform. So it's things are coming along pretty nicely with a lot of our listeners. So I'm pretty pleased to have that. So what I can tell all of our listeners, including the ones that I've been working with, is ask questions, lots and lots of questions, because I can clear things up for you. So that way you're not running from YouTube video to YouTube video to this, that, and the other thing, getting somebody else's opinion.
Right. No matter how low cut the blouse is of the woman on that YouTube video. Don't be fooled. Don't be taken in.
Right. I'm just talking the truth. That's all. I just tell you the facts, and you can make of it what you want, but the facts are the facts.
Let's just real quick. You mentioned that you had a student who improved his club head speed in less than a 1 hour lesson.
Oh yeah. There was a guy that I was working with, and he's 58 years old, and he's relatively in good shape. Not the greatest, but he's a 58-year-old guy, and he's 5'9".
He can see his feet.
He can see his feet without aid of an angled mirror.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
That's He can even see his belt buckle looking straight down.
Whoa.
I know.
He is in good shape. Okay.
He's in pretty good shape, right? But he's a little stiff, he's a little sore, his knees don't work so well, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So here he is swinging an 8-iron. He's feeling like he's playing pretty good golf. And he says he's playing some of the best golf that he's played coming to me. And he says, given the fact that I'm already playing some of the best golf I've ever played, and, he's played for a decade plus. He says, I'm not sure why I'm coming for a lesson, but I hear you're this, that, and the other thing, and you can help me. I'm like, okay, so let's go see. He hit the ball okay straight for a guy who's been playing it for a decade. Yeah, his ball was curving off to the right a little bit, and he was hitting some toe shots. But his club was moving. This was an 8-iron. It was moving 72 miles an hour.
Okay, that's kind of slow, right?
Well, think about it. For a 58-year-old guy, he probably ought to be able to move it a little bit faster than that.
Okay.
So I talked to him about a few things, and the first thing I did was I kind of got the sequence of his golf swing better. He was one of those guys that started to throw his arms from the top before he started to turn his body, and really the sequence doesn't work that way very well.
Right.
So I gave him something to do. I handed him a rope to swing, and I got a rope. Looks like it's a handle with a couple of chain links on it, roped together.
Okay.
Total length was about hip high of the rope for him, and I had him just swinging it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like a golf club. Right. So he'd turn and swing the rope, and it hit him in the back, and then he would turn and swing it fast. And what it did was it changed his sequence of events. All of a sudden, his lower body started to move first. His torso moved second. His arms moved third. His hands flung the rope fourth. And all of a sudden, after a bunch of swings of that, and he could feel like he got the club behind him more, all of a sudden, he was swinging at about 78 miles an hour. So 72, 78, he's got 6 miles an hour pickup speed. And this is probably 15 minutes.
Right.
And, I did this little screening on him to find out how he moved best. And I changed an angle of his wrists, both of them, just changed his grip just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden he jumps up and he's at 85 miles an hour.
Whoa.
On the 8-iron. Now it's the same guy.
Yeah.
And, inside of an hour, he was hitting shots that were going essentially 3 clubs farther.
Yeah, because
he went from 72 to 85 miles an hour on an 8-iron.
That's a 13-mile-an-hour increase, which translates to a pretty hefty yardage increase.
Yeah, it's about 24 yards.
Wow. Yeah, so it's like 1.3 yards per mile per hour or something like that.
Well, but the reality of it is he wasn't hitting in the center all the time either.
Yeah.
Right. So, and now he was hitting it a lot closer to the center. So, but here's the thing. I got his sequencing right.
Mm-hmm.
and then I matched up his joints so they would work better together. I figured out how this